Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain Show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain Show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Are you there? It's your boy. No, sorry, it's your daddy, Mr. Macaroni. Keep watching Crypto TV Plus if you want to be doing well, especially. You get me now? Alright, you're doing well.
Hello and welcome to the program. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. My name is Faith Ekwari. It's another Monday morning. If you're watching us for the first time, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Crypto TV Plus. Click on the notification icon to stay updated whenever I release a new video. In the past week, we celebrated the International NFT Day for NFT's impact and achievements in the blockchain community, especially in giving artists and creatives the platform to express, create, and own digital assets. In order to drive mainstream adoption into the blockchain community, we have seen events unfold, like the Ethereum merge upgrade from proof of work to proof of stake, and more events have been brought to light, like the Cardano Hard and EOS Hardfork we'll be discussing in a bit. Now more than ever, blockchain companies are thriving to build structures, protocols, and decentralized systems that can provide solutions to change the financial status quo of the world, most importantly, Africa. One of those companies is the Emurgo Global Blockchain Technology Company that specializes in providing solutions for developers, startups, enterprises, and governments. Today, we will explore the Emurgo Technology Company, what it is all about, its plans for the African community. We are also discussing the Cardano Hard and the EOS Hardfork. Now, joining in the conversation is the co-CEO for Emurgo Company in the Middle East and Africa, Shogo Ishida. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you? It's a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So behind the scene, before we got on here, you were telling me that this is like your 10th time of being here in Nigeria.
Well, yeah. So I came to Nigeria quite often, actually, before COVID. Well, because I've been dealing with like, a lot of blockchain-related projects, and also I was invited for the conference to speak. So then, probably for the first 5 times was like before COVID. I had kind of a mixture of the feeling at the time about the Lagos and Nigeria, because this place is very energetic,
yes,
and the people are so enthusiastic, but it's so chaotic. So then, right after the COVID, and I started coming again, because since I'm a co-CEO, like you said, of the Emurgo Africa, so we basically, try to build the startup community in relation to the blockchain, the related projects. So then, Nigeria is, obviously the biggest market in Africa. So then that's what I commuted actually to Lagos these days. So this is probably like the 4th time in Lagos this year only.
Lagos, amazing. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about Emurgo Africa.
Sure. So I'm Shogo, but I got a Nigerian name, Shogun, so which is so lovely. And I'm very happy about that. So I had the background. I working for the government of Japan before, turning my career into this blockchain industry since 2017. So working for one of the blockchain development companies before, but soon after I have been like CEOs for several different companies, so regtech companies, and most likely trying to help the government or enterprises to set up the regulatory framework, and because we got lots of other regulatory issues in relation to the blockchain and crypto industry. So that's why I have been involved in the project and from a consultancy and advisory perspectives. And then I became the CEO for Emurgo Africa since the beginning of this year. So what we do is basically, Emurgo is the commercial arm for the Cardano blockchain. So Cardano has 3 founding members. Cardano Foundation and IOHK, which is basically responsible for the development of Cardano, the blockchain itself, and us Emurgo. So we are the official commercial entity. So what we do is basically sales and marketing for the Cardano, and to try to expand the Cardano community all over the world. And we newly established this African entity last October. And we set up like a $100 million US dollars investment
So before you get to some of the things that Emurgo has been up to, because that would be like my next question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's
shall I capture some of them?
So how was the experience, working for the government framework to coming into the blockchain industry? There's a little bit of transition in there. We have more things, more applications, more complex situation in the blockchain industry.
Right,
we don't have
right.
in the traditional finance system. So how is the experience? How was the experience like?
Well, when I got to government, I was actually writing a lot of policy of the Japanese, like international, the situation, that kind of stuff. So I have had a kind of the wider view, and since then. So, from that perspective, I don't have actually any difficulty to just turn my career from the public organization to the private organization, because I really wanted to get involved in a startup business, and also just dedicating myself for the emerging market. Okay, when I was young, I was studying Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. And then I have just dealt with the lot of, for example, refugees, from Palestine. So then that kind of experience made me believe that we might have to do something for the someone who needs something, right? So in Africa, while we are doing this, and it goes we want to solve the local issues here, and especially we want to just turn the the financial system to make it something really, really better. So that's why I'm involved in the Cardano, and I have an issue with that.
Amazing. Earlier you talked about Emurgo being the commercial arm of the Cardano Cardano blockchain. So tell us what you guys have been up to since when you started.
Yep. So we've been actually pretty active in this continent. So so one of the Emurgo Africa's the major functions here in Africa is obviously we act as a VC. So we invest in blockchain related startups. So within 1 year, we have already invested 20 companies so far.
Amazing.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, 20, and we're targeting maybe more than 30 within this year. So it is because basically we try to just create the fundamental, the basement for the blockchain startups to accelerate, incubate themselves, right? So in addition to just an investment, we also help them to the incubate themselves with the knowledge of the business, knowledge of the technology, knowledge of the tokenizations, knowledge of the building application on top of Cardano. So such kind of comprehensive services we can provide to them. And then, I think they get much more benefit compared with other the VCs. Amazing.
Just feels great that we have all these startups and all these companies bringing up solutions and educating people on the opportunities of what blockchain technology can provide. So why Africa? We have Asia, we have Europe, we have other places in the world. Why Africa? I understand Emurgo is a global brand and have presence in Africa, but what is the reason why you chose Africa?
Yeah, so when it comes to Cardano, we have 4 founders. And then when I get together in Osaka 2014, they've actually started talking about Africa, okay? Because there are so many systems that we have to change. And the financial system is the biggest one, okay? If you're just relying upon the traditional finance, who's going to get a benefit? And we believe that there is someone who has been left behind of the rapid speed of the financial system. So we've seen lots of the volatile, the local currency in Africa, too much inflation, and then so many unfortunately the people on the poverty line. And when I, for example, go to a local area in Africa, and they do not have a credit score, and then because of that, they have to borrow money. And when a case, they have to pay like 75% or 100% of the interest rate per annual. Yeah, and which is unfair. Okay, because I'm from Japan originally. I don't have to face like such kind of situation in Japan. And the people might be in the US, well, also they don't have to do it also. So then we see there's so many issues here. And then the issues has to be solved with the power of the technology. And we believe that we can do it. So that's why we're here.
Amazing, amazing. Before we continue, if you're just joining in, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms and click on the notification bell to stay updated whenever I release a new video. Now we're going on another break. When we come back, we'll be talking more to Shogo Ishida in the studio today. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
It's that time of the week. Welcome to the weekly news recap here on Crypto TV Plus. If you missed out on the latest news this week, here are the highlights. The UK's financial regulator has warned consumers against dealing with FTX. A hacker drained $3.3 million from multiple Ethereum addresses. South Korean police and others claim Do Kwon is on the run. Pan-African cryptocurrency exchange Yellow Card Financial raised $40 million in its Series B funding round. The world and Enerthon celebrate International NFT Day. Ethereum's proof of work suffers its first hack. Alameda to repay $200 million loan it acquired from Voyager Digital Limited. Cryptocurrency market maker Wintermute has lost $160 million in a hack. The Nasdaq is seeking to offer custody services to institutions dipping their toes into cryptocurrency. Meta collaborates with South Korea to strengthen metaverse security. MicroStrategy now owns 0.2% of all the Bitcoin that will ever be mined. Hennessy releases limited edition gold decanter with NFT. Ibuku Onwuchika and 10 others appointed to Binance Global Advisory Board. Kraken CEO Jesse Powell to step down after more than a decade. Korean tax authorities seize $185 million worth of crypto from tax evaders since 2021. The Lekki Free Zone Development Company has said it is in partnership talks with Glua, a blockchain technology company. Cardano Vassal upgrade goes live. Liverpool FC extends deal with blockchain startup Sorare despite the firm being on investigation. UK government introduces bill aimed at empowering authorities to seize, freeze, and recover crypto. Bitcoin mining firm Compute North files for bankruptcy. That's it for the week. For more information, visit our website, cryptotvplus.com, or click on the links in the description box below. These links are available to take you straight to each news for more information as well. Also follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter at CryptoTV Plus, and on Instagram at Official Crypto TV Plus to get daily info on our programs. Thank you for watching. I'm Nikki Oshini. Until next time.
In the land of blockchain technology, the fate of educating the world about NFTs rests on the shoulders of Enerthon. So imagine for 1 second that I take a picture of my hand and sell it for $1 million, just like Jack Dorsey sold his first ever tweet for $2.9 million. Clock was also sold for $7.7 million and also Bepu's first day. We cannot but applaud all NFT creators, from Gary Vaynerchuk, who created VFriends represented by characters with human quality based on parodies or caricatures. Also, have you seen those NFTs with molten chops, earrings, big shades, crazy hair, sometimes wearing a hoodie and other features created by Matt Hall and John Watkinson? And then the most popular, Yuga Labs, or Bored Ape Yacht Club, who have given other creators the push to start their NFT journey. And as we all know, starting your NFT journey begins with a step, setting up your digital wallet and the other steps. Although the history of NFTs can be traced to Kevin McCoy on May 3rd, 2014, the term NFT was officially coined by Dapper Labs on the 20th of September. Since then, NFTs like Women Rise NFTs, to Mutant Ape Yacht Club, and the unconventional ones like Piles of Rubbish and the God Hates NFTs. Does God really hate NFTs? The NFT space has achieved unimaginable feats, from the art industry to the metaverse world, like wrestling metaverse world, and to building strong and large communities in the blockchain space. Here at Enathon, we celebrate with all lovers and creators of NFTs all around the world. Happy International NFT Day.
Enathon, redefining learning.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the boy of the bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that die. Peace.
Hello and welcome back. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. If you are just joining in, I have Shogo Ishida in the building today, and he is the co-CEO of Emurgo Africa, and he has been talking a lot about the plans and the preparation to take over Africa, moving them from the traditional finance system to the blockchain industry, and that feels amazing. How do you feel? How do you feel talking about Emurgo in Africa?
Well, I've been so excited to when I actually take this job. Like I said, I came to Africa quite often. Well, within this month, within 2 months, probably starting from August. I went to probably Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria twice, and Egypt. Then actually I went to Dubai and Switzerland 2 times already. But I've been traveling around so many times. But everywhere I go, I see the people in the younger generations, and then they want to do something. They want to change the world. They want to change their society. They want to make their lives and the relevant and the relative better. So we actually organize lots of local events, and then every time we have maybe more than 100 people gathering, and after the event I started talking to each one of them, and I really feel that they're so energetic, then enthusiastic, and very ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Yeah. That's something that we do not really see in the developed countries.
Amazing. So what are the plans, for Africa? Because you've talked about, the younger generation planning to do, things to change, the traditional financial system, moving them from poverty to a certain level of stability. So what are your plans? What are Emurgo plans, to help these startups, to help these individuals, change the entire status quo?
Yeah, so when I say Africa, well, Africa is huge, right? 54 countries. So maybe we can divide 4 different areas: North, South, and East and West. The problem in North could be different from the problem in South, and also the problem in the West and different from the East. So when we're talking about the geographical region in Western Africa, the Nigeria is of course the center of the Western Africa. We have a huge populations here, and then I believe that the smartphone penetration rate is quite high in this area. So people really look for something other ways of the raising and the gaining money. So that's why people started building the NFT platform, GameFi platform, and then of course that area we can put a blockchain coming in. Yeah. So we help these people as well.
Amazing. So how do you see the African market in the coming years? Let's say 2-3 years.
In 2-3 years, well. Just things are very exciting.
because we see the crypto market right now.
Yeah.
We're in a crypto winter. We're experiencing a crypto winter, and everywhere is volatile. Everywhere is shaking.
Yeah,
Everybody
definitely.
A certain level of uncertainty towards the market. So we don't really know what exactly is going to happen. But we see Africa still, being energetic, being enthusiastic about where the crypto market is going to be going.
So let's say, obviously when it comes to cryptocurrency, it has to be coming with regulations. So what's happening, for example, in Kenya? Kenya's couple of government organizations start talking about sandboxes, and then in the sandboxes, maybe like a crypto exchange can come in and they get licensed to operate, and this kind of movement never happened like in Africa before. So then, if the other countries follow this kind of suit in what's happening in Kenya, so maybe in Nigeria, we are going to the government to try to set up like a sandbox, and the local exchange can play much more like an influential role. And I think this kind of transition will be happening pretty soon. So it could be like not like in 2 to 3 years, but 1 to 2 years.
1 to 2 years. So apart from regulation, anything else? Anything else do you see changing? Anything else do you see happening?
I'm kind of anticipating that the new innovation is happening in Africa, because when I talk to the founders, because we're VC, so we talk to lots of founders, right? And then, their business idea is somehow much more with imaginations, and then that kind of idea I have never actually seen in Asia, for example. Asia is so matured market, and especially in when it comes to the blockchain projects. So they're actually trying to follow what's happening in the US, for example. So it's very difficult just for find out like something really imaginative. But in Africa, because since the issues here is so much related to their daily life, for example, or something related to the infrastructure, so that they have to build this because they want to live, right? And they want to make their life better. So that's why I see so many different ideas here. So I guess like in a couple of years, and definitely there's something we see which have never been the rest of the world.
Amazing. And do you think, because when you were talking, you talked about regulation being one of the biggest changes you see in Nigeria. So do you think the regulation framework would change in the context of in to out or out to in? Because we see a lot of regulatory bodies, government bodies trying to regulate the crypto market, the blockchain community. So do you think that should happen, or we should build a system inside the blockchain community to change how the regulatory system works? Now bring it to the outside people. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's probably one of the ways. What happening in 2017 and 2018 in most of the Asian countries? Even though they do not have any specific regulations to regulate the crypto exchange, for example, but the individual projects and they gather together, and the founders are started talking about how we can just regulate this and how we can just cooperate with the government. So if we can see this kind of movement happening from the founders, because you actually have lots of exchange and operating in Nigeria, right? Yeah. And then lots of the founders in the exchange, they are very much an influential role. So then if they can just come together and start proposing to the government, maybe we see some changes happening.
I can see some changes. And looking at the crypto market, we've seen news of a lot of reports about scams, about security issues, fraud, and the rest of it. How has Emurgo in Africa be addressing these concerns and changing the narrative in making sure that your users are comfortable and conveniently secured in operating in the system?
Right, definitely. So when it comes to the security, I think there are a couple of actually phases, and also probably some sort of the areas and we should definitely talk about. So the technical security, and also the security of the human beings itself. Because for the most of the cases, human beings, actually people, committed crimes, and then this is actually make the security system vulnerable. Yes. Okay, so how do we actually prevent such kind of situation? Education. That's the only thing that we could do. So that's why Emurgo constantly organize events and talking to the people how you can actually deal with the cryptocurrency, how you can actually deal with the blockchain itself.
Personally secured.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you're ignorant, you
can fall into
that's right. You can easily be scammed, right? And that's not what we want, of course. So in addition to a technical education, we just try to support the general public to understand what the technology is, what kind of advantages you can get from this technology, and also what you have to care for about.
Amazing. We have Shogo Ishida in the building and the studio, and we'll be talking a lot about the plans of Emurgo Africa in Africa concerning blockchain industry, blockchain technology. And he said something about education. Education is the biggest solution to bringing in, the best of innovations, the best of ideas, and turning them into, public productions that can change the financial system in Africa. Don't go anywhere, stay with us. Let's go on another break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up today's episode.
Hey guys, welcome into the Metaverse on Crypto TV Plus. In today's video, we're going to be taking a portal into the Decentraland Metaverse. So get ready and follow me. Decentraland happens to be one of the most popular virtual and blockchain-based game of recent. Founded in 2015, Decentraland describes itself as a decentralized virtual reality platform powered by the Ethereum blockchain. It's a platform that allows its users to be solely in control of the content creation and user experience of the application.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the boy of the bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that die. Peace.
Welcome back. We are still in the studio with Shogo Ishida, and we're talking about Emurgo in Africa, and it sounds amazing. We're super excited about what they have coming on for Africa in concern of blockchain industry and technology. Now, let's move a little bit to Cardano network. Emurgo has a certain kind of relationship with them. So I want you to talk about that and why should builders get aboard, to Cardano, and of course the Cardano's, Cardano Hardfork. What is that all about?
Yep. So Cardano, what's the really kind of peculiar things for Cardano compared with the rest of the the core blockchain is we take the peer review the structure. So that means academically we investigate this smart contract or the blockchain itself as being really verifiable or something really good for the people to build the other application on the top. So Cardano's we use an algorithm called the proof of stake, and then which is completely different from the other proof of works. Right. And the proof of stake itself is obviously much more less the energy consumption, and which has the more decentralized structure. So that's why actually a lot of people, the ADA, which is a cryptocurrency of Cardano, they can participate in the blockchain, the working itself. We also use the extended UTXO model, which is much more secure compared with the rest of the blockchain structure. So then from that kind of the technical aspect, we definitely encourage more people to come on board and build applications on the Cardano. One thing I would also highlight in the advantage of the Cardano is we have so many community members, and that's actually the biggest advantage I see. Millions of the community members of Cardano, they're supporting Cardano itself, and they've been actually waiting for the smart contract to be ready, and which was ready last year. And then since then, the daily active developers of Cardano has been increased dramatically. Amazing. So 90% increase within 1 year. And then that's one of the actual reasons why we are here in Africa, because in the Cardano smart contract is still young, but you have a lot of opportunity to build applications because you may be able to become number one in the area if you build something really special on Cardano. So that's why we're definitely encouraging people to build.
Now, let's delve a bit into some of the events ongoing in the blockchain community. First, let's talk about the Cardano Hardfork. Now, the upgrade, which was expected in July, was later pushed to the 22nd of September due to some technical setbacks, and we are super excited to see what happens next after the fork. Now, just so you know, hard fork simply means an important change in the blockchain. That's a change from one protocol to another that creates a permanent division from the previous model of the blockchain. just like we had the Ethereum merge move from the proof of work to the proof of stake. Now, traditionally, when a hard fork goes down, the blockchain experiences a complete shutdown while update takes place, creating a new blockchain with updated information. However, with the Cardano Hard Fork combinator, the blockchain just applies the new hard fork capabilities to the future blocks created on the blockchain from the point of the upgrade while saving the history of the previous blocks. Now, the Vasil upgrade was named after Vasil Dabov, a Cardano global ambassador and member who promoted the adoption of Cardano to the world and introduced mechanics to improve the blockchain performance. The Cardano Vasil hard fork is expected to bring in a host of changes in terms of transaction fees, scalability of the decentralized app, as well as increasing the speed of transactions through diffusion pipelining. Right before we wrap up the show, let's talk about the EOS Hardfork, which took place on the 21st of September. The EOS has finally migrated to the newly forged Antelope framework. Now, the Antelope framework is an open blockchain and a community-run code base that uses a delegated proof-of-stake consensus model, which evolved from proof-of-stake, where users of the network vote and elect delegates to validate the next block. Now, right after the fork, individual computers running nodes will have to upgrade to continue to run on the new system. However, the fork has been criticized to not have any positive effect on the EOS price. Well, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens next after the fork. Now, a lot of events are lined up, so keep it locked on Crypto TV Plus to stay updated. Now, finally, let's talk about the future of the African market. We've seen a lot of, speculations on where the crypto market is going to, what innovation is going to come out next. We've seen NFTs, GameFi, SocialFi, DeFi changing the world in a whole. So what next? What next for the African market? Where do you see the future of blockchain in Africa?
Well, what I'm actually seeing is and how we can actually contribute to the elevating the people's usual life. So, which is the pretty much connected to the first answer. So, why we want to solve the issues in Africa, because there are so many issues here, and then that kind of issues can be really special, which must be localized in Africa. So, I'm actually seeing the new technology, like using blockchain technology, which of course might be able to change a financial structure, but if we can let's say lower the interest because of the promotion of a digital identity, for example, that's what we're doing in Ethiopia. Cardano is actually providing the 5 million digital identity to the teachers and the students in relation to the working together with the Ministry of Education in Ethiopia. And this is kind of first steps to prevent a digital identity to the rest of the world. If you're a stateless person and if you don't have any identity to verify yourself, but because of so many transactions that can verify actually your identity, you may have the digital identity verify yourself and also a higher credit score, and then which can make your interest rate lower. That will definitely encourage lots of more business will be happening. So that's the future that I'm seeing.
Amazing. So before you go, or before we round up today's episode, you've talked about changing your name from Shogo to Shegun. What other events you will be looking forward to? Partnerships, collaborations, especially with startups and companies, blockchain companies in Nigeria, especially.
Yeah. So I've been working a lot of the founders in Nigeria already, and I definitely want to see more of that. But if you could, we'd definitely love to work together with universities, for example. We want to do a joint research, which is a very locally inherited a research. For example, I want to definitely talk with students, for example, and working together with the professors. So that kind of educational activities, I definitely want to do more.
Thank you so much for being here. We had an amazing time talking to you about Emurgo in Africa, and we can't wait. We can't wait for what you're about to do here in Africa.
Sure.
And I hope you enjoy your stay in Nigeria before
Definitely,
you go back.
Yeah.
And that will be all on today's program. You can get more market updates and all the happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, cryptotvplus.com. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Crypto TV Plus to get daily info on all our programs. Thank you for staying with us. I am Faith Ekwari. I had Shogo Ishida in the building in the studio today. I'll see you next week.